Good evening. Welcome to this week's weekly training. Tonight I'm going to be sharing something which was a huge response to the poll I did, and it's how to start your website. Do you really need it? This will help you decide. So welcome. So for those of us who haven't met, my name is Lawanda Engel, and I'm your WordPress web developer. And I help female business owners to build unique WordPress websites that reflect their style and elevate their online presence. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to share is um, in order, to define what your business is going to help you um, to start your website. I mean, it's really the first thing that you should do and that step in that process. And so knowing what you want your website to do for your business and how you want it to go is that first step that you need. So how are you going to serve your customers? How are you going to show your customers the services that you provide? And so through your website, so you need to outline those things. That's the first, write down what are you going to be your focus with this website? Is it a blog website, sharing tips about, what you do? Is it going to be like a service website? So you're showcasing all that you do, and you can also have a page for the blog and showcasing your services. So you need to decide beforehand what your business is and how you want to serve your clients and showing them through the website. What is the purpose of your website is another thing also that you need to do before actually start building your website is what is the purpose of it. So when people come, you send people to your website, what are they going to do when they get there? Are they going to make a purchase? Are they ordering something? Are they going to schedule an appointment, download a freebie? So that's that thing that's going to keep them on your website. And so you need to figure out the purpose of your website is to, you know, bringing in more clients or having more clients make purchases. So those are those things right there that you need to know. And so then the customer journey, what journey, or path are they going to take when they go to your website? So you need to make sure that there's a path that they're going to follow. So they do this, download. So after they download this, what's the next step? Do you want to send them to, do you have a group? Do you want to add them to your email list? So that way you can send out newsletters weekly to them to build up your email list. So you need to have that step outlined as the process. They make a purchase. After they make a purchase, do you have something that will up level, to even higher? What's that next step they're going to take? Getting them on your email list so they can receive future months. Maybe you provide discounts month. Maybe you have themed emails that you send out with, um, giveaways or things like that. So you want to make sure you have a process laid out and steps that they follow. Okay, don't forget the business basics. So it's hard sometimes, when you're going like, okay, I'm gonna get my website out and I want to lay out this and this, but sometimes people fail to include the basics on your website. So, and that's like the information that most, when they come to your website, what they're looking for. And it's simple things like your address, especially if you're like your local business or your, right there in their location, map or direction, especially if you're like, say you're a restaurant or provide your bakery shop or things like that, or you're, a brick and mortar store. And so those are just the simple things. Your business phone number, your hours of operation, make sure those things are prominently displayed on your website. So for those are the basic things. When people come, especially to those types of businesses, that's what they're looking for. Say if you're, and even if you're just an online business, it's important to have that information. These are the hours that you can reach me, or this is how you can contact me, either be email or if you have a business line phone number that they can call. You need to have that information or the prompt, noticeable where they can find it and go to. And so those are just the basic things. Don't forget the basic information on your website. Um, Another reason to have a website, people search for you online. Um, it, I mean, it's especially nowadays, how do people look up most information? It's online, on their, especially on their mobile devices. And so that's how they look for things like you're looking for, restaurant reviews. You Google it. You're looking for, oh, say you're looking for like oh, what's a great restaurant to go to, or a great what's playing at the movies. You're gonna Google it and search it. And so everything is searchable. So say if someone's looking for a brick and mortar store that sells jewelry or, clothing, they're gonna say, oh, I need this type of thing. They're gonna Google it. And so you want to make sure that when they're searching for those types of things, those keywords are on your website. And so if you have a website, you're going to show up. If they're searching for those things and you've added those keywords in your website copy and it's prominently displayed on your website, they're going to find you. And so you're going to get even more customers in that way with your website. So that's something to remember, a good thing to remember, a reason why I would want a website and why I do have a website because it's going to reach out to those people that not everyone is always on Facebook and Instagram. So you've got that extra way for people to reach you and to connect with you is through your website. And here's the statistic that I found. It says, can consider this. It says 93% of online experiences start with a search engine. So, like I said, most people start their browsing sessions by searching. And so to help them, along in your search, you need to have your website, your brand, that's going to guide people to reach your business. So that's something to think about. People want basic answers fast. So think about that. When you're looking for something, you want it quick. And so you're Googling something, say you need to know like where the nearest a coffee shop, you need coffee stat or something like that. And so you're looking for the nearest coffee shop. Say you're looking for, you want to find a gift. Say you're out, you're traveling and you're looking for like you find like a gift shop or something. You want to Google it. You want it fast. You want that answer now. And so that's something to think about too. So if you're on there, and you provide that and you come up in the search, that's another way, reaching out, reaching more people is through your website. And so they get your website, you're going to have all the information on there, what you provide, your services, if they can purchase it, the location of where you're at so they can get to it. And so that's something to remember. Another reason why the website is helpful. Um, So you want your, the hours of operation, like I said before, your specials, the products and the services that you have, prices, location, the background of your company, and the contact information. So you want those displayed and you want to be able to see those. Um, People use websites to engage with your business. So that's something to think about also. So, if you're still thinking about, do I really need a website? Here's, a good reason to have one. That's how people can engage with you. Um, Another, statistic is over 63% of consumers use a company's website to engage with the brand. And so, you've created this wonderful website and they're Googling and they come upon you and you've got, everything. You've got your services, what you do, your prices, about you, you're showcasing your work. You've got yeah, if you're a brick and mortar store, you've got your location, your online, you provide that information of how they can contact you and reach you. You've providing them with the, FAQ, frequently asked questions so they can find out more about your business. And you've got that displayed. And so that's going to help people to engage with you. Even having that little, a messenger thing, they can reach out to you right then and there. And so that's going to bring more people to you also. And so here's another thing to think about. People want to do more than just buy, they're not just buying products online. So here's another reason why, if you need a website, um, so, here's something that people think about is, I don't sell, I don't, if you have a brick and mortar store, I don't sell my products online. So what's the purpose, of having a website? Well, it's, a website can do so much for an e-commerce business. It's for everyone. Since you don't need to sell products to have a website, you can use it to showcase what you do sell and lead them to your store, your location. Say you offer specials, you can have it. They come, oh, you came to my website. Here's a discount coupon when you come to the store. Things like that. You can, a virtual shopping cart, like they can say. And so, for building equipment, say you're, equipment for building materials, the site still benefits your business. And so it's going to attract even more people to you. And so that way you can have that information out of the way they can contact you to find out more about that specific product. Even though you don't sell it online, you still got your information there. And so it's like an online, business card. And so they're going to come when they get to your website, they're going to find out all this information about your business. And it's going to showcase what you do. And you can provide that way they can contact you. And so that's bringing even more clients to you. And so people um, see you with your competition. So, um, you're still thinking about, if you're still thinking and wondering, says, do I need a website for my business? Your competitors are thinking the same thing. So that's something to think about. If you're, I like to look at it this way. Think of your website, it's your storefront. I heard that, I was given that example before, and I like that because it's true. It's your online storefront. So, what do you want to showcase when people come in? So, think of it, they're walking into the door of your business. What is the first thing you want them to see? How do you want them to portray your business? And so, a website, it's yours. So, you can showcase it how you want and not worry about the competition coming in and jumping in on your website, because this is your website. And so, you can showcase how you want your business to be portrayed to your future clients. And so it's just an added, opportunity to attract those future clients for you. It's just to, showcase that you can even, your services, your photographer, showcasing your portfolio, showing what others you can do. They can, providing that another way for them to contact you, either through email or, through a messenger, however way you want that. And so you can set it up that way to provide that information to you. And so these are just some things to think about. And I hope it was helpful. And there's the last thing here is I will always go to is the price. So for WordPress, to use the platform, it doesn't cost anything to use. So you've got thousands of themes to choose from, thousands of plugins to choose from. The only thing you would need is your domain and your hosting provider. And so those are the prices that you would have to consider when you're, starting your website. If you use WordPress. So hopefully these are helpful, and those are giving you even more reasons why a website can help you. I know I talk passionately about it, and I find it so important that a website it can be yours, and so you can make it yours of how you want your business to be portrayed. And besides just having that, we've got Facebook, Instagram, and those are great too. But the website, it'll just bring even more, because it's going to add even more um, that exposure to your business, to the online world. And so I think that's important. So right now I am offering um, a website intensive. And so it's a half day intensive where we'll focus on your website. If you're not there and you just don't know where to begin, you're still stuck on it, but you're ready to get your website started. So reach out to me today and I can help you with that. We'll go start from the beginning as far as your domain name and all the way out and map out all the pages and what you want on those pages. And so we'll come together and get it all mapped out for you. And so I can't wait to spend a half day with you over Zoom for our session. And after that, the session, you'll get 30 days of support, and you can ask me any questions through Messenger, and we can contact and reach out with your additional questions that you have about, what we've decided about your website. And so I can't wait to meet with you. Click the link below to schedule that half day intensive with me today. And I'll see you next week.